Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm sorry for the weird lighting situation right now, but I won't be in this position for much longer because today we are going to do a kind of a cleaning, like purge, it's not really an anti-haul, it's like a purge just because I have a lot of shit in my makeup area that is either expired or I don't use. So I'm gonna go through everything, toss it all out. Most of it, I'm pretty sure everything I have at least used once, so I can't donate anything because it's touched my like orifices, like my eyes or my hands or my skin or whatever, and just because if I've used it and I don't use it anymore, it's also probably really old. So I need to get rid of it because I don't really need more space. I mean, I kind of need space in terms of it's really cluttered, but I don't need to make space for more makeup because I don't buy makeup that often anymore. But I just like to clean everything out, you know, do a little bit of spring cleaning, even though it's not quite spring yet. But that is what we're going to do today. So I'm going to take you off this tripod and we are going to go over here and look at my giant mess. So I have in this bag absolutely nothing, but we are going to soon fill it with makeup that I don't use, that I don't need. Whoopsies, I guess this is as far zoomed out as I can go. Let's start in this little cubby over here. So I have this matte and poreless foundation, which if I hold it up to the light, well, that doesn't really work very well. Anyway, you can kind of tell that it's real crusty. You can see that it's pretty empty, pretty used, so I gotta throw this away. This one, I think is still, no, I'll throw that one away too. That one's pretty used as well, and also probably really old. This Wet n Wild foundation, I do believe is still good, and I also believe this Wet n Wild foundation is still good as well. This, you didn't even see that, I'm sorry. This cushion foundation I don't use at all. I used it a little bit. I liked it for like a nice light makeup day, but like I said, I don't use it at all. So I'm gonna toss that as well. Also, I have this washcloth here just because sometimes when I do my makeup, I like to have something to wipe my brushes off on or whatever. So yeah, that's here. That should probably go in the laundry. I also have this like dog clicker and a cat collar here. This area is such a hot mess. This is an empty lash pack, which I can totally throw that away. Here's a button, which I will never throw away my entire life, because what if I need it? So these are going in the trash. Alrighty, we are purging. Also, gotta throw this empty lash packet away as well. And whoopsies. Okay, so that leaves me with this foundation, another matte and poreless, which if you can't tell is one of my favorite ones, along with the All Hours foundation. I really like this one by YSL. It is a little bit cakey, it's a little heavy. I definitely wouldn't wear it as an everyday foundation. It's more for like special occasions, but I do really like it. So I have that in 2 shades actually. I don't know where my other shade is, but I had one in 2 shades, or I had them in 2 shades. Oh, there it is. Have it in this shade as well, which is, what is it? Bisque. And then in the shade Almond. So one a little lighter, one a little darker. There are those right there. Also, I'm sorry the lighting's really terrible. It's because this giant window is here. But yeah, so I gotta throw these away. These are the Tarte Amazonian Clay foundations. I haven't used these in years, so these are definitely old, both of these. So I'm gonna toss that. These e.l.f. foundations I really like. They are similar to the YSL foundations in like texture. But they are pretty oily, so you definitely have to set them really well. But I will set those there. Set up my nail polishes. I've got to find a place to put those. This Shape Tape I could probably get rid of. It looks quite dark for me. It's in the shade medium, so it's probably way too dark for me at the moment. And also it feels pretty light and pretty empty, so I'm going to go ahead and toss this. Excuse me, mirror. Move this out of the way. All of these brushes are the brushes that I use on a daily. These are brushes that are like specialty brushes that I kind of use here and there. This one I used to apply like cream makeup back in Halloween. This section here, I've got to get rid of literally all of these because I don't use them and I just hoard them. So this is the Naked Skin foundation by Urban Decay, the weightless ultra definition liquid makeup. As you can tell, it is pretty nasty. And I haven't worn this foundation in at least 2 years, so this is definitely old, but I did really like it. The only complaint I have, it is a little drying, so I would just be wary of that if you have dry skin. So I did buy 2 of them. One I don't think is in my shade, so I bought another one. So I kept one for when I was tanner, and I bought a new one for when I was lighter, but like I said, I don't wear this foundation at all, so I really need to toss these. So this section is pretty much everything that I've got to throw away. Like literally all of these freaking Maybelline Fit Me foundations are, I don't even know how old. And I know they're not empty, but they're old. Like at least, I don't think I've worn them since we've moved in this house. Actually, I know for a fact I haven't worn any of these since we moved in this house, and it's almost been a year. So these are definitely old. These are definitely old. I actually never, like, Mary Kay was literally the first foundation and first makeup brand I started with, like, in middle school. So these are way too old for me to even have them. This one I tried a couple of times. I tried the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse Foundation. I did not like it. I didn't like the finish. It was a little too oily for me. It says 12 months. I know I haven't used it. So yeah, that's gotta be tossed. This one I also tried. I was going through a phase of trying to find good drugstore makeup because I was spending too much money on like expensive brands like freaking YSL. So I wanted to find some cheap, affordable drugstore foundations, but I did not like this at all. One, it didn't really match me. This color is a little too orange on me, and I didn't really like the finish, so I'm tossing that one. Also, it's old. That's like most of the reason that I'm tossing these is because they're old. I did like the Milani Conceal and Perfect for a little bit, but it got to the point where it was just too thick. It was such a thick foundation. It is such a thick foundation, so it is no longer like my favorite. I used to really like it, but it's a little too thick for me, so I obviously have a lighter shade and a darker shade because I did used to wear this, but now I don't. So that's going in there. So this is looking pretty neat. These are also brushes and stuff that I don't really use. I can probably toss literally all of these. These are like fake Artiste brushes. I don't use this style. I use these kinds, these like fake ones. But the one I use the most is like this one for concealer, and then those big ones for like foundation. So I do like these fake ones. I think they work fine. But yeah, I just don't need that many. And honestly, even like I have this real Artiste brush, but I don't use it because I don't know what to do with this small of a tip, I guess. It's not even going to focus on it. Focus, please. Okay, that's fine. You don't want to focus on anything. But yeah, I don't even know what to do with like a tip that's this like skinny. I guess you're meant to apply eyeliner with it, but I don't like to apply my eyeliner that way. But I'm going to keep it because it is an expensive brush. Oh yeah, this section here, I can throw away these eyeliners because they are super duper old, and eye stuff I am really like self-conscious about just because I don't want to get an eye infection. This Laura Mercier came in like a sample kit from Sephora. I think I got it with my points. I didn't end up liking it. And then this I have had for literally forever, so I really need to throw that away. Let's see. This foundation, again, I tried it as a
a cheaper drugstore option, but I don't really like the finish. I heard a lot of good things about it. I heard some hype about it, but personally I just didn't like the finish. I thought it was a little oily. So yeah, that is going in the trash. So this section is looking pretty good, but there is one major thing here that I've got to throw out, and that is this. If you have been like in the makeup world for years, you will recognize this. This is the Le Grand Chateau eyeshadow I guess gift set from many Christmases ago. And you open it up, it had a mini Better Than Sex mascara sample in this section, and then it came with these 3 eyeshadow palettes, which you can obviously keep for yourself, but you can also gift them. So it's got a little to from on the back, but I actually got gifted this entire set for Christmas from my family. So the packaging is really cute. Like, obviously, like, you close it, it's like magnetic, and you put a house on it, or top on it, and then it's a house. The chateau, whoopsies. And it's pretty detailed, and of course the inside is pretty detailed. It's really cute. So the design of it's really nice. I think that's the main reason why I didn't want to throw it away, is because the packaging is so cute. But these eyeshadows, I'm honestly afraid to open these. Okay, it's not too bad on the inside. But these eyeshadows are more than 2 years old, I know for sure. So these have got to be thrown out. They are just way too old. I'm pretty sure I had this eyeshadow kit when I was living with John and Debbie. Although I did love this blush shade. If Too Faced still sells this. Actually, I don't know if they sell this as an individual blush. They may only have it in this palette. But this blush shade was really pretty. But I know for a fact that I had this when I still lived with John and Debbie. And that was almost 3 or 4 years ago. Many years ago. And then yeah, I use this as a bronzer. And these are looking pretty well used, so I definitely need to throw this out. It's gonna make me sad because, like I said, I just like it for the packaging of it, but it's so bulky. I don't need to keep it. I really just need to say goodbye to that. So that is pretty much everything on the desk, besides, like, you know, crap like this, like empty cartridges and stuff. But in terms of like makeup items, like everything else I pretty much use. This I should really throw out, but I'm going to keep it so I can remember my shade, because it doesn't pump out foundation anymore. So it's either empty, which means they don't give you a lot of foundation, or the pump is just real crusty that no foundation comes out. Oh, actually I just saw this. I need to throw this away. This is the Infallible Pro Spray Setting Spray by L'Oreal Paris. I don't use this, haven't used this in a long time. It needs to be tossed. So yeah, that is pretty much everything on the top of the desk that needs to be thrown out. But we are not done, because we need to go through this. So these are all pretty good. I am going to go ahead and throw away this Tarteist contour palette because I don't use this. I've had it forever. The shades are a little too harsh for me, so I'm going to toss it. But the rest of these are pretty good. I know I have 2 of those. It's because I couldn't find my other one, and then I bought one and then I found it. So those are good. Also, I took out this singular pan from the Anastasia Glow kit just because it's the only one that I ended up using out of the kit. And I just like to have it handy, so I never put it in like a Z palette or anything. I just took it out for whatever reason. So that's in there. Oh, this I used to love. It is the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat powder foundation. I used to get this at Ulta, and I think they still sell it at Ulta, but I loved this powder foundation for the longest time. But I don't ever wear it anymore, so I'm gonna go ahead and toss it. And I'm also going to toss this Maybelline Fit Me powder. I know that, I think Bretman Rock really raves about it, but I don't know, it's not my favorite thing in the world. And plus, I think it's a little dark for me right now, and I just never reach for it. I never use it, so yep, we're going to toss this as well. And of course, I've got to toss these, like, lash cartridges things, too. Here's some Polaroids of, like, my kitty. Here's my actual kitty. Is that Mr. J? That's you right there. Yeah, so that is, I think, pretty much everything in this drawer. There's not a whole lot back there, so yeah. Let's see. Move on to this eyeshadow drawer, which is going to be real hard for me to part with any of these just because I love my eyeshadows. Even though I don't use them. Like this Kat Von D La Vida Loca palette, I should really get rid of because I don't use it, but I just don't think I can. I think honestly I'm gonna keep all these eyeshadows even though I don't use them. I just have this like emotional attachment to them. Like this Swamp Queen Graveyard Girl palette, I don't think I could ever get rid of this because it is so... like, it's so pretty. I don't use it that often anymore. I did when she first launched it. But, I don't know. It's just got, like, this sentimental attachment. So, I'm gonna leave this drawer alone. Also, it's really messy. That's what happens when you have white everything. These I can definitely toss, though. Like, this Sephora palette, I don't use ever. So, I can toss that. This mini Smashbox palette, definitely can toss that as well. I could probably keep these ColourPop palettes because it wasn't that long ago that Laura Lee launched these, so I think I could probably keep them even though I don't really use them. These mascaras definitely need to go. All of these mascaras need to go because they are old. These probably need to go. This is an old brow product and an old eyeliner. So I can throw those out. Let's see, these lip products are all pretty good. I don't use most of them, but I like to have them, you know. Let's see, I actually haven't opened this bronzer. That's sad. I should probably throw away the original one. It is the Rimmel Natural Bronzer, so I should probably toss that out. Since I have an unopened one literally right here. This NYX Illuminator I can probably toss out because it is like stark white and I don't need a highlighter that white because I'm not pale enough for that, so I can throw that out. Hourglass one I really like. These blushes I really like, so I'm going to keep those even though who knows how old they are. Let's see, what's this? This is the Chocolate Soleil bronzer in the shade Deep Matte. Yeah, that's a little dark for a bronzer for me. I'd probably use that as contour. I'll still keep it though. This bronzer I actually really like. It is the shade, what is it? Sun Bunny. It's really pretty, so I think I'm gonna hold on to that one as well. But yeah, that's pretty much everything in this drawer that I'll probably toss. And this drawer has no makeup items, just like it has this like sample. No, is this full size? It is full size. It's the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer, but the shade is way too light for me, so I should probably toss it because it's really light and I actually don't remember when I purchased this, which means it's pretty old. But yeah, the rest of this drawer is pretty much just like brushes, brush holders, travel bags, little sample stuff in here, so nothing exciting. And then this last drawer, oh yeah, here's a little Milani eyeshadow palette. This palette is actually really good. The only thing I don't like about it, the only complaints I have about it, is that there are not enough like transition shades. Like your only matte shades in this palette are this shade and this shade, so there's not like a really great crease shade. This is a nice transition shade, but I would prefer a crease shade like in this shade range, but the only other matte is this bright orange. So I'm not a big fan of this palette. Also can't close this palette. Okay, so I'll probably toss that because I definitely don't use this anymore. And yeah, pretty much everything else in here is like, I don't even know what this is. An instruction manual for something that I don't even know what that is, and some tape and some sunglasses and makeup wedges for the cream makeup that I did for Halloween. So yeah. Oh, and here's some like sand stuff, whatever that moon sand is or whatever.
So that is everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up, go down below, subscribe, hit that bell icon to get notified of when I upload videos. But if you are interested in seeing more like spring cleaning videos, because one, that'll motivate me to clean my house, and two, if you guys are interested, that'll give you some cool content. So let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see that. But yeah, that's everything for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!